everybody, welcome to the show. Hope you all are having a fantastic weekend, a fantastic Saturday. It is beautiful here in sunny Kansas. Can't complain one little bit. Let's see. Oh, I got my screen's all mixed up. There we go. Now we're good. Look at this, up to 37 followers. That is fantastic. I think yesterday we were sitting at 35, so making progress, making good progress. What was I gonna show here? Yeah, we'll get into this, the whole Alibaba. That's gonna be kind of our deep dive today on the whole Alibaba $20 billion Bitcoin news. We'll find out if that's all BS, another Facebook rumor, or what's really going on here. We're also gonna be talking a little bit about that shenanigans. I probably can't show it if I do. Gotta get demonetized, gonna pull it down, so we don't want that. Alright, no one wants to see my Twitter. Let's keep moving along here. If you're new to the channel, remember, go ahead, hop on over. Give me a follow on the Twitter. Go ahead, hit that like button, smash the subscribe. You guys know the drill. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin, find out what we're doing today. Just really moving sideways, right? Nothing real crazy going on, right? Just a little sideways choppy action. Chop. Let's see. I'm gonna take a quick look here at some on-chain metrics. Got Glassnode up. What is going on here? There we go. Much better. Alright, here's this Glassnode. You know how much I love my on-chain metrics. Take a look at this. We got this is a little Bitcoin dashboard that I threw together here. It's got a number of active wallets here, or number of active wallet addresses, number of new addresses. I mean, it's all a little dry, but definitely always worth taking a look at, right? Just to kind of get an idea of what's happening on the blockchain. See, number of transactions has been falling, which with Bitcoin, that's actually not surprising since we've been watching dominance just fall precipitately over the past week or so. I guess past couple weeks at this point. Yeah, look at this. Transaction fees have fallen right here. Check out the hash rate. Here was our crash. Remember when we fell down? Look at the hash rate. Absolutely tumbled. We have not recovered. You can see we were right all the way up here, right before the crash, and we were only about halfway recovered. So still struggling a little bit. This kind of tells a good story too. Here's the mining difficulty. Check this out. Here was the crash, and you can see the difficulty stays the same, right? Even though we crashed, the mining difficulty stayed the same. It has not updated yet. Number of blocks mined, this really tells a story too. So we're still pretty much cut in half from what we were doing before the Chinese miner crash. Really, really interesting, right? And then here, the median block interval, so the time it takes to mine a block. Right before the crash, we were up here mining, what is that? 840 is a block interval, and now we're all the way down to, it's like 715, so. It's interesting, right? If you're wondering why Bitcoin hasn't been moving a lot lately, this is why. That's why I wanted to kind of go over that a little bit. All right, moving along. Let's take an overall macro look at the overall markets here. Currently sitting at 2.2 trillion. Still looking good on the overall market cap. Bitcoin dominance coming down a little bit today, sitting at 48%. ETH gas prices, 53 guay. What are you gonna do? Bitcoin sitting at $57,640, up 1.3% on the day. Ethereum sitting at $2,941, looking to break over that $3,000 mark, up 6.4% on the day. BNB, $620, holding firm above that 600 level, up 0.06% on the day. We'll call it half a point. XRP at $1.59, up half a point on the day. Doge up 11% on the day. Cardano down 0.3%. But look at this. Doge flipped Cardano. It is a wacky world we're living in right now, isn't it? It'll be interesting to see what happens tonight after SNL, whether or not Doge dumps, or if Doge goes to $1. I have no clue what's going to happen. We've been discussing a little bit of trading strategy going into today with the very, very, very small amount of Doge that we hold. I cannot stress enough how little of an amount that is. We are not trying to get rich off of Doge. We're just placing a small, little, tiny bet that Doge might go to $1 because of Elon Musk. DOT sitting at $36, up 2% on the day. Uniswap down a little over half a point on the day, and Bcash up a little over half a point on the day. All right, let's keep moving along here. Kind of a slow news day today. I don't have a whole lot of headlines for you, but that's good. That'll allow us to do a bit more of a deeper dive into some of the stories we do have, rather than just blazing through them. Over here on Santiment, we're taking a look at the Sant Trends. This is such a fantastic resource, guys. I cannot stress it enough. Look at this. You can see this is showing us the overall social volume, meaning the amount of searches that are happening online, right? It's kind of like Google Trends for crypto. And you can see right now, number one trending is Binance Millions. No connected words there. That's a little strange. Usually we get a nice little word cloud like we do here with ETH. But yeah, look at that, up 437% Binance Millions. I'm not sure what that's about. Let's see if we click on it, if it'll give us any more information on what this means, because, well, let's face it, we're pretty heavily invested into the Binance chain. So look, wow, that's interesting. BTC, USD, social volume. Huh. Interesting metrics. I'm still trying to kind of figure out exactly how some of these social trends work, but I just find it incredibly, I don't know, it's intriguing, right? It's a different way of kind of getting a feel over what's happening in the overall market. So definitely check it out over here at santiment.net. Really, really nice. Number 3 and 4, we got Bill Maher trending, which we're definitely going to have to discuss today. That's something that's got me just a little heated. SLP, not sure what that is. We might hop over here to crypto or coin market cap. I'm going to search. What is SLP? I can't type. SLP. Small love potion. What? What in the actual hell? Okay, the small love potion is... Boy, you just never know what kind of crazy stuff is going to be created next. Wow, look at that chart. Holy smokes. Went from a third of a cent all the way up to... where are we sitting right now? Holy crap, 39 cents. Wow. Wow. SLP... What is this? Read more. Small love potion tokens are earned by playing in the... okay, it's part of the Axie Infinity game. Okay, not a scam. Not a scam. Cool. That's interesting. Alright, so this must be just like an NFT, or no, they're ERC20 tokens, but they're just somehow part of that game. Okay. That's interesting. So you see how useful this little tool can be. It can really help you find some, some little hidden gems, right? Something to take into consideration. Oh, IOTA was trending down there at number 10. We might want to take a look at IOTA's chart at some point. Alright, let's keep chugging along. Over here on DeFi polls, you can see we're taking a look at the Uniswap TVL. Right now, Uniswap has a total of $6.2 billion locked into it. And if we hop over here to DeFi Station, this is the Binance Smart Chain version of DeFi Pulse. You can see PancakeSwap currently has $10.10 billion worth locked into it. So that's pretty interesting, right? We're Binance, or PancakeSwap in particular, just continuing to dominate Uniswap, and we know why, right? It's the gas fees. At the end of the day, it's the gas fees. That's why PancakeSwap has over $4 billion more locked into it than Uniswap does. And you can see if we back up here on DeFi polls. Oh, here it is. The chart tells the whole story, right? The total value locked in on Uniswap is just plummeting. Absolutely plummeting. Alright, here's your big story of the day. I can't read Mandarin at all, so I have no idea what this says. But the word around the water cooler yesterday was that Alibaba had bought $20 billion worth of Bitcoin, and then we were going to get some crazy announcement from them. Well, because I'm a skeptic by nature, I refuse to just take tweets at their word. I went over here and I copied all of this, brought it into Google Translator, and I will tell you exactly what this headline says, and you can tell me what your thoughts are. Alibaba will comprehensively accelerate research on low-carbon cutting-edge technologies, says the Times Company. Securities Times Company. You have to check their reputability. I have not looked into them yet. Alibaba released the 2021 Carbon Reduction Bill and said that for 2030 and 2060, we will comprehensively accelerate the research of low-carbon, cutting-edge technology and lead a green and low-carbon lifestyle in an all-round way. Okay. At no point in this article anywhere does it say anything about Bitcoin. Does it say anything about Alibaba buying Bitcoin? Nowhere. So I don't know where this crap, I don't know how this crap gets started, but hey, here to bust myths, guys. Alibaba has not bought $20 billion worth of Bitcoin. Alibaba has not announced anything even remotely close to being interested in cryptocurrencies. So if you're listening to me today, you hear my voice right now, please help me get this truth out, because we're crying out loud. People are just such sheeple, right? They don't do their own research. They don't check sources. They just take things at such face value. Guys, we're better than that. We're in this day and age, in the age of fake news, right? We all have to be our own reporters. We all have to be our own investigative reporters. You guys, if you see news on the internet that you think is too good to be true, or even if just whatever, if you see any news on the internet, if you hear me right now and I'm telling you the news, go out and fact check me. Make sure that I'm telling you the truth. Do not take people's words for it. Always do your own research, right? That's the point of this rant. Okay, moving right along. Hester Pierce says a Gensler-led SEC could lead to a very productive few years for crypto. Hester Pierce, the ads are getting us, guys. The ads. Hester Pierce, a commissioner for the Securities and Exchange Commission, says she's looking forward to a Gary Gensler-led commission. In a keynote conversation at an official monetary and financial institutions forum conference on Thursday, Pierce, widely viewed as crypto-friendly by the industry given her past statements and interest in crypto, specifically policy moves, said it could be a, quote, very productive few years with Gensler at the agency's helm. Gensler, now head of the commission after his nomination from the Biden administration was confirmed by Congress, took a hard line for investor protection when he led the Commodities Future Trading Commission, or the CFTC. His tenure there coincided with the institution of the Dodd-Frank Act, leading to considerable enforcement efforts after the financial crisis during the late 2000s. Yeah, how could we all forget the 2008 collapse? Good Lord. Excuse me. Though Gensler is known to be better versed in crypto than other regulators, having taught a course on blockchain at MIT in between his time in Washington, his watchdog attitude towards consumer protection leaves questions surrounding his impending treatment of crypto. Pierce, for her part, says she thinks these two factors could create a productive few years for the SEC, in which the agency finally solidifies regulation for crypto. Quote, I expect that he'll take investor and investor protection seriously as far as any SEC chairman would, said Pierce. But I think he also appreciates the value that a good, well-articulated regulatory framework can have. And I so am looking forward to working with him on that. A new chairman means a fresh look at old conversations, according to Pierce. In particular, she referenced the ongoing quest for a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, approval in the U.S., recent Canadian approvals, and additional data from the Bitcoin futures market suggest more maturity in the crypto market, which, according to Pierce, is important to approval. Still, the SEC did extend its review of the Van Eck CBO proposal last week. The SEC will have to approve or deny the application sometime this year, as well as other pending applications. These developments had led some market observers to speculate that approval could come before the end of 2021, but Pierce was more measured. Quote, I can't hazard a guess in terms of timing, she said. Some days I say 10 years from now, some days I say maybe it can happen this year. I don't know. End quote. Well, what have we been saying, right? They've got to get their act together quickly because, guys, China, the wolves are at the door. You could make the argument that the wolves have already kicked in the door and are now eating our children. But that's besides the point. The United States has to get it together. Falling behind. Moving on. Bitcoin miners generated $1.7 billion in revenue during April. Wow. April wasn't even, that crazy. I mean, we went up a little bit, but it wasn't that crazy. Bitcoin miners hauled in $1.7 billion in revenue during the month of April, according to new data. The April figure represents a slight decline compared to March's $1.75 billion. Miners were buoyed by high prices as Bitcoin traded at an all-time high, 60,000 earlier this month. At press time, Bitcoin trading in hands about 57,000 on Coinbase. There's your Bitcoin miner revenue monthly. I mean, looks like they're doing pretty darn well to me. Yeah, they're down a little bit from last month, but you got to assume that had something to do with. I guess that was in March. Never mind. Forget what I said. So yeah, that's your miners making more money than me news. Moving on. BNB sets all-time highs day after Binance announces the NFT marketplace. Big surprise. The exchange is launching an NFT auction house in June. That could ramp up demand for BNB. I mean, could demand be any higher for BNB than it is at this point? BNB, the native token for crypto exchange Binance and the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap, hit a new all-time high of $636.95 at 3 a.m. UTC today. Sure did. My phone was going nuts, waking me up at all kinds of hours of the night. The coin's price has since retreated to $616, down half a point in the last 24 hours. BNB is in a very healthy place right now. The last time it was anywhere near this valuable was on April 13th, when it hit its former all-time high of $635. Its chart is so healthy right now, guys. So healthy. I dare to say it is the healthiest looking chart in the entire crypto market space. Yep. CZ, this guy kills me. You're an NFT. I'm not an NFT, you're an NFT. Yep, that's your Binance kicking ass news. Moving on. Last up, told you we had to talk about it. You guys strapped in. I'm probably about to go on a 45-minute rant against Bill Maher here. Bill Maher trashes crypto as, quote, Ponzi in a 10-minute rant. The real-time host also called Elon Musk a hypocrite. Man, I would not want to be Bill Maher's Twitter feed right now. Holy smokes. I got to imagine that dude's getting all sorts of really, really hateful messages right now. First bullet point, Maher is not a fan of crypto. Yeah, I think we got that. He thinks it has no inherent value. The talk show host flagged up environmental concerns. Of course he did. I'm really trying to bite my tongue because see, if C-double-OK were here, he would tell you, I don't have my silent partner here with me right now, but if he were here, he would tell you just how, I don't even know. I'm so mad I'm at a complete loss of words, guys. I don't even know what to say. I am speechless. But let's dig in here. Let's go ahead and dig through this. Bill Maher devoted a chunk of his chat show last night to brutally lay into crypto. On HBO's Real Time, Maher told his viewers that crypto is a, quote, Ponzi scheme. Quote, nothing with crypto in the title ever turned out good. Central to Maher's rant were two observations: that cryptocurrencies generate value without offering goods and services in exchange, and that they're a massive drain on the environment. Quote, this is how the world economy crashed in 2009. It wasn't the lost value on actual houses that sunk us, it was the virtual market that required inventing virtual algorithms to bet on how much houses might be worth in a virtual scenario. First of all, that statement is so false, so incredibly false, that if you don't know what led to the 2008 financial collapse, I suggest you go do your own research on that, find out the facts of what actually caused that collapse. I don't have time right now to go into the 2008 financial collapse and what the real cause of that was. At the end of the day, though, the long and short of it was Wall Street crashed the market, right? They were packaging bad derivatives in these junk bonds that people bought. That is not what's happening in crypto. Okay, moving on. He continued, our problem here is at root not economic, but psychological. People who have been raised in a virtual world are starting to believe they can actually live in it. Here's this tweet. Cryptocurrency is like Tinkerbell's light. Its power source is based solely on enough children believing in it. And unfortunately, that's what is real, and its growth could single-handedly push global temperatures above the tipping point of 2 degrees Celsius. Throughout the 10-minute diatribe, Maher quoted no coiner and Berkshire Hathaway CEO Warren Buffett, echoing his sentiments to the latter. Early last year, the 90-year-old American investor told CNBC that he's staying well away from cryptocurrencies, saying that, quote, they basically have no value and they don't produce anything. What you hope is that somebody else will come along and pays you more money for them later on. But then that person's got the problem. In terms of value, zero. Well, that's every single asset on the planet. Warren Buffett and Bill Maher. That's every stock, that's every derivative, that's every option, that's every futures contract. Everything that you buy, Mr. Warren Buffett, you are just simply hoping that some other asshole is going to come along and pay you more money for it. That's all you're doing. Maher joined in with Buffett's chorus. Quote, it's like having an imaginary friend who's also a banker. Maher's called out cryptocurrencies networks for their energy consumption, whose emissions could, according to an article Maher cited from the journal Nature, alone push the planet past the tipping point of 2 degrees in less than 3 decades. The comedian and commenter then targeted corporate environmentalist Elon Musk, whose electric car company Tesla bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin earlier this year. Maher asked his audience, quote, how can a company like Tesla be all in on saving the planet when electric cars then participate in destroying it with this completely unnecessary online play money? End quote. The validity of Maher's argument depends on the mechanism used to mine cryptocurrencies. His rant works well against Bitcoin, which is powered by the energy-intensive proof-of-work consensus mechanism. To mine Bitcoin, incredibly powerful supercomputers run complicated software to solve intricate cryptocurrency puzzles. Mining computers in competition with other mining computers, and there's a huge arms race to have the most powerful setup, no matter the source of that electricity. Many argue that the social benefits from a decentralized monetary system are a fair trade-off for the environmental cost. Proponents of proof of work also say it isn't as bad as critics like Maher make it out, and that proof of work incentivizes renewable energy production, which is what we've been preaching for what feels like years on this channel. But Maher's argument falls flat against proof of stake and other popular consensus mechanisms that power coins like Tezos, Algorand, and pending a long-awaited upgrade, Ethereum. Proof of stake selects blockchain validators according to the amount of money they've staked. The more crypto that miners stake, the more coins they receive as a reward. This method doesn't drain the world's energy sources, but it does reward the richest. It's true. So there are alternatives to the current consumption system, even if they're not perfect. Maher's rant is a reminder that crypto is far from ideal, but the problem isn't unsolvable. So yeah, curious what you guys' thoughts are. I mean, obviously you know what my thoughts are. I stroke out having another 45-minute rant on just the utter stupidity that came out of his mouth last night, guys. And what really sucks is I have been a big fan of Bill Maher for years. I have watched his show religiously for decades, ever since he was on Politically Incorrect. And yeah, he's always prone to saying some off-color things that, you may not agree with, and that's okay. That's one of the reasons why I really, really like him. He offers me that perspective that oftentimes I don't think of myself, because it's really easy to get, kind of lost in your own little bubble, right? So, on one hand, it's good to have people like Bill Maher out there attempting to poke holes in what we're trying to accomplish here. All I ask is that if you're going to do that, at least attempt to educate yourself even a little bit, right? Just do a little bit of research before you go taking to air, railing against something that has helped so many people and is helping so many people at this very moment. For crying out loud, to just come out and shit on something that's so important and so big and not have any background knowledge whatsoever in what's happening in this space. All you're doing is buying into the ridiculous narrative that's been pushed by Wall Street and large banking institutions about the environmental cost. Come the fuck on, people. Anyway, thanks for listening to me, guys. I really appreciate it. It helps to vent, right? It helps to vent against people like this. So, Bill Maher, we thank you for helping us all remember that we are still early to this space and that there are still people out there that don't know shit about cryptocurrencies. Hopefully, one of these days, Bill, you'll educate yourself and you'll realize that you are on the wrong side of history when it comes to this particular subject. All right, that's all I got for headlines. Let's jump into the sticks. Grab a sip of my coffee here. Oh boy, that coffee is so cold. So cold. Ugh. All right. What's Bitcoin doing? We're looking at the 5-minute chart here on Bitcoin. You see we're still just moving sideways, just kind of doing our thing. Bitcoin's doing Bitcoin. Let's back out, take a 4-hour look at it, kind of see where we're at on the macro view here. You can see we're about halfway between our regression zone and our highs here. So I mean, if you're holding Bitcoin right now and you're looking to make a trade, I would certainly be exiting probably around this range. I'd say if you're looking to day trade, I personally would not be trying to day trade this range even a little bit. I wouldn't be trying to day trade this market at all, for that matter. That is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a graphics guy. We all know that. But you can see Bitcoin did flip the moving average here, our 21-day moving average. We flipped it. So that's bullish. That's really, really bullish. And you can see we put in a series of higher highs and higher lows. So I would not be surprised if we see Bitcoin dominance begin to rise and we see Bitcoin kind of try to make a move up towards that 68,000 range. That'd be what I'm looking for over the next week. Moving right along, let's take a look at ETH. Look at this. ETH broke all-time highs last night. ETH is currently sitting. Oh, it's gonna break 3,000 today, guys. I can feel it. I can feel it like it's right in my neck. Jump into the 5-minute. Really take a good eyeball here. All right, so there's our 3,000 mark. I had this up here because it was in line with one of our fibs, but I think we probably are going to want to bring this all the way down to probably 2,999s. It was where I would be looking to take some profit on Ethereum. I'm actually not holding any ETH right now, but if I was, I would certainly put in a limit sell order right there at the 29.99 or 29.98. Kind of front run that 3,000 level because we're gonna. You guys, you gotta believe that we're gonna sell off like crazy as soon as we bump our head on that 3,000 mark. Next up, Binance Coin. Nothing too spectacular on the 5-minute, right? You can see we had a little bit of a run up last night that we've completely given back. But if we back out and we take a look at the 4-hour, you can see just how great this chart looks. Check this out. You see yesterday we did break all-time highs with Binance Coin. We made it all the way up to 644. Really looking to head towards that 650 range. Look at this though. We've been talking about this for a couple days now, the kind of this double bottom double bottom W pattern that we put in. Really, really bullish. And another thing that is just super encouraging is the fact that we've just bounced right off of our 21-day moving average here, and looks like we're ready to grip it and rip it, right? We already put in our all-time high. I wouldn't be surprised to see Binance Coin continue to grind up this trend line that it's already put in and just continue to put in all-time highs, for probably the next week. I would not be surprised to see it just continue to grind up and put in all-time highs. Because that's really what we've seen in the past, right? Whenever it gets into these little consolidation patterns, it begins to do a little melt up. great for anybody holding the BNB. Alright, moving on here, taking a look at Cake. Cake also looking fantastic. One thing that bugs me a little bit about Cake, but I'm a long-term holder of Cake. I'm actually a liquidity provider in this coin, so for me, I'm not too worried, but I would expect to see Cake attempt to come back and, rejoin our 21-day moving average here. Maybe get a little bit of a bounce off it is what I would be looking for. Bake. My NFT love right here. If you're creative and you're into NFTs and you're looking for a place to mint NFTs for 50 cents all the way, I think the most that I've ever paid to mint an NFT was like $4 on Bakery Swap. So really great place to go. There's some great artists over there, guys. Really, really great artists. You can pick up an NFT over there for $5. Literally $5 and support an artist. If you're hearing my voice right now, go over to Bakery Swap, get yourself $5 worth of the bake coin, and support an artist. Support a poor, starving artist. $5, right? $5. You can afford $5. I'm over there, just do a little search for the Bear Hunter. You'll see a couple pieces that I put up. Not trying to show my own artworks. I care less if you go buy them or not. I just want you to go look at them. Go look at them. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Give me some feedback. I'm curious what your thoughts are. You see, Bake, man, we ran up last night on Bake. Here, we'll pull out our little measuring stick. Yeah, 65% gain last night. I mean, I woke up this morning. This was a face melter. I went, holy smokes. I did take a little bit of profit. I sold about a quarter of my holdings up here, right around the $7 range. Because, I mean, let's be honest here. That blew past my price target, right? My price target was all the way down here at like, 620, 614. We just blew past it. So I took a little bit of profit this morning. Just built a little bit of a cash position. But you got to know, I'm very much looking to add more position to my Bake here. As soon as we come back down, I'd like to see us get a good bounce here. It looks like we might have done that over the past few minutes, actually. Yeah, we sure did. We sure did. That would have been my buying opportunity right there, the one I was looking for. You see, I had an alarm set for that 614 level. Looks like we may not come down to it. I think I'll go ahead and maybe set like a limit order right here around 620 and hope that we can get it filled. Yeah, I just want to add a little bit more because I took profit today. We'll add a little bit to our cash position just because the markets are getting a little overheated right now, right? We've got ETH breaking all-time highs. We've got Binance staring down the barrel of all-time highs. Everything just seems a little overextended, so I wanted to take a little bit of profit today. Just kind of build that cash position. That way, if we do get any sort of correction, it'll be a great opportunity to put that cash to work and pick up maybe a little more Bake, maybe a little more Cake, hell, maybe even a little more BNB. Just looking for a little bit of a correction here because I do feel like we are slightly exhausted in the short term. But I will never, ever, ever in a million years sell all of my Bake because if I do that, well, then I can't mint any awesome artwork. So I will always, forever, for the rest of my life, hold some Bake coin, some Bake tokens. Moving right along, down a little bit on my Harmony position, but not much at all. Not worried about this one. The chart looks so healthy. I mean, for crying out loud. We came down. We caught a good bounce right here where you would expect it to off of this previous all-time high. Put in a beautiful double bottom here. So I would not be surprised if we see Harmony just continue to kind of stair-step its way up. If we take a look at the 4-hour, back out a little bit here, you can see what it's been doing. And one of the reasons that I'm so bullish on Harmony right now was because when we got this little pop-up off the bottom, we flipped our 21-day moving average, right? So now we are in a bullish trend upwards. And I would be looking to take a little bit of profit on Harmony up here at the previous all-time high. So I've actually got a limit sell order put in at 20 cents. Right there at that 20-cent mark. I want to capture... Where's our measuring stick? I want to capture this move right here, right? That's what I'm looking for. Nice little 30% gain. So, Harmony is definitely just a day trade for me right now, even though I firmly believe in the overall project. It's another smart contract network. It's what Harmony is at the end of the day, guys, is Ethereum 2.0. If you didn't know this, ETH 2.0 is already here. And it's Harmony. It has everything and does everything that E2.0 promises that it's going to do, but they're already doing it. It's already live, and they've got a really nice community that's being that's being put together over there. If you jump on their Reddit, they've got a strong community built. Really supportive group. Probably, honestly, the Harmony Reddit page is probably some of the most committed group of crypto investors I think I've ever met. Aside, of course, from the Cardano cult, but we don't want to mention them. I don't want to have a pitchfork come flying through my window and take me out here midstream. Probably the most important coin that we need to be looking at today is going to be Doge, right? Crying out loud, Doge. What are you going to do, guys? What in the hell are you going to do? So, like we've talked about, we've got a very small position in Doge. Just a small bet on the fact that Elon is going to send this damn thing to the moon, literally, like he claims he's going to do. And if not, if Doge crashes tomorrow, it's no skin off my back. It was a $100 bet, right? We'll make that up in an hour being a liquidity provider on Pancake Swap. So I'm not worried about that at all. But of course, if Doge goes to $1, well, that'll be some nice returns right there. I do have a very narrow stop loss put in. We put our stop loss down here at the 24-cent mark because if we fall down, that's going to be a lower low. I don't want to be around for any lower lows. So we will exit our position right there, and that'll actually be some good profit because we entered our position, gosh, all the way down here around the 19-cent range. So yeah, it was on this dip right here that we bought. That's right. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. Like we discussed yesterday, definitely watch SNL tonight and have your chart up right next to you if you're looking to trade Doge in any way, shape, or form. Not financial advice, of course. I'm just a graphics guy. I'm a complete idiot. If you're listening to me for financial advice, what is wrong with you? Moving along. XRP looking good, much like Harmony. XRP flipped its 21-day moving average and is now flipped bullish on the 4-hour chart. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see XRP make another run for its all-time highs around the $2 range. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if oh God, Elon Musk just tweeted, woke James Bond, SNL May 8th. Huh, I don't know what that's about. Doesn't have Doge in the title, so we can't buy any more Doge. Because our trading strategy, if Elon tweets about Doge, we gotta buy Doge. Moving on. SparkPoint, golly. Just getting murdered on SparkPoint here, fellas. Murdered on SparkPoint. Cannot wait for this trend to turn around. I'm so tired of looking at it. Okay, that's all I got as far as coins go. Remember, guys, if there's ever any coins that you want me to take a look at, any charts that you want to do a deep dive on, do a real thorough technical analysis, go ahead, throw it in the chat, leave it in the comments. Yeah, let me know. We'll take a close look at it. Alright, guys, that's all I got. If there's nothing else, no questions, nothing like that, I will let you guys go. Give you a minute here on the chat. Alright, I'm not seeing anything. Alright, guys, have a great weekend, and we'll see you later.